Yeah, and you get actors come out, and like you said, Tatiana and I give them a nice atmosphere, easygoing. We have fun with it. You see some of the videos. We don't post everything, but they have a good time and explain things in a way where it's not so complicated that it's the point of like insanity. A half an hour on trigger press, this and that. Like instead of for 2 hours, wait for the wall. You feel the wall? No, you feel the wall. And that's all great, whatever. But like, we're not shooting Olympic bullseye. This is action shooting, as fast as you can pull the trigger. So we make it a fun environment. Like I know how they are. They come in like, I thought I'd be like on some drill camp getting whipped and shit, and Arlie Ermy yelling at me, you don't know what I've been told, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what the other trainer companies that have come down here over the years have done films. I'm watching that. It's pretty funny, actually.
This episode of the Colion Noir podcast is brought to you by Vetter Holsters. All right. Welcome to another episode of the Colion Noir podcast. And joining me today is the man, the myth, the legend, the Taran.
The Taran.
The Taran. That's what we're going to call you from here on out, is the Taran.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah. No, it's been a long time, man. There's so many memories here.
Yeah, you've been coming out for like, what, 15 years or so?
Yeah, it's crazy.
At least, yeah.
God damn, that's a long time.
Those videos pop up on Facebook memories, like, oh, cool,
Yeah.
We shoot a little fully auto, like Rattlesnake MPX and stuff.
The one I remember most is the Glock one when we were over here, and I was like, can I shoot the one in, like, shoot the still target in the mountain?
Yeah.
And I think it was like 240 yards or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, you can't hit that. And I was like, watch this.
I know you hit it.
Yeah.
It's funny. You were here the day before all the John Wick stuff started. The date is the day before Keanu ever showed up here.
That is crazy.
Yeah, right there, back to back. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that was like game changer day. So,
yep. And I missed all of it.
Yeah.
Well, I met him once when I came out here.
You met him, yeah.
I mean, he was leaving, but it was kind of like.
Doesn't matter. You met him.
Yeah, that's true. Touche.
Yeah, he was nice.
Yeah. So I mean, I remember like when I first started coming out here, it was like you were doing some of the movie stuff, but it was like things have definitely kind of kicked off in a major way.
Yeah.
And so just like this, how does that feel now? I mean, was that a goal of yours always, or is it just kind of?
Well, I've always liked movies a lot, like as much as this, and I just felt Hollywood, was just kind of crazy to whatever, all that stuff, but kind of got pulled into it anyway through this circle, virtually that day after you showed up.
Yeah.
I did a lot of different movies before that, but it wasn't the end of the world. But I think because that movie has it's just so loved. Like people love the action, the guns, and they love the fact that he really put the time in. Most actors before that would just come out a couple days, make sure really load the gun, no cup and saucer, no goofy stuff. And the director, Chad Stahelski, just was like it kind of shocked me how next level they wanted everything. Like it put me to another level of a trainer. Like I was like, and every movie did that to me. Like, what do we do now? Like this was so over the top. What do we do now? Then also progress with the guns. What do you do now to make a gun better? And all that stuff. And then the video went so viral, bananas, and then all the other ones even went bigger than that one. And I think it changed a lot of things. It changed Hollywood in a way, I think. Every actor had to come here like, where is this place? What is that?
Yeah.
Because before that, if you go back in time, you look at like different films like Born Identity, other movies, even the cover shot, the gun, he's holding it all kind of like this.
Yeah.
Other movies are just cup and sauce. Everything's just pretty awful. And a lot of that's due to the fact that, I did want to break into that industry. I wanted to be part of it. And I had films come out here and do things, and I'm just here like sweeping, and they didn't pay me for the range. I needed money back then, didn't have a company, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd watch what's going on. It's just like, oh my God, they got some guys got 20-year background in the military. It's all great, but the actors run around, oh, I don't know what I've been told for hours. And they're like, they run up to me like, are we going to get to shoot? It's not my call, So finally they get to shoot and a little bit, and then I'm watching them train them, and it's just like, what a 13-second reload. Like, it just, it was brutal. So I was just glad that the industry brought in what I do, which is multi-gun action shooting, IDPA, USPSA, all that stuff, because it's like the UFC of guns.
Yeah.
You could go in the backyard, you could do all kind of throwing shit, doing fun stuff. It's all good. That's Michael Jordan at a local basketball thing, slam dunking the shit out of everybody, but he's not in the game. And there's talented people like that, and they're fantastic. But that's still, to me, a talent that I would like to see go out there when there's everybody watching. You get one shot at this. You don't get to do a crazy shot and 30 times in a row till you nail it, then you post it. Oh my God, this is so bitchin', which is cool. It's amazing stuff.
Yeah.
But until you got national titles on your belt and stuff like that, I think that's important.
All right, so I've got to give a quick shout out to Vetter Holsters. They're now sponsoring the podcast. I've been using their light tuck Kydex inside the waistband holster, and what I really like is how adjustable it is. You can tweak the ride height and cant to get it exactly how you want. Plus, they've got holsters for over 450 gun models in 75 different colors, so you can pretty much find whatever you need. But here's the thing that really sets them apart: their customer service. I've heard so many stories about how they've gone above and beyond to make sure you're happy with your holster. And with a lifetime warranty and a 30-day money-back guarantee, it's clear they stand behind their products. If you're in the market for a great holster, check them out at betterholsters.com. Yeah, no, I mean, I think what happened with Keanu is that was the first time we've all seen someone really shoot that was in Hollywood to the degree and the proficiency that he shot. And I think it caught a lot of people by surprise because we kind of always knew actors would come out, train a little bit. We never really saw them like move and shoot like that. And because it was a raw video, like in movies, we always assume like the movie magic is what's creating the look. Yeah. But this was raw. This was like, nope, iPhone footage. He's out there fucking shredding targets like crazy. And you're like, damn, so he can shoot.
And the funny part is when the first video went out, I didn't put it out. It was it was weird. I just won this big 3-gun match, and I asked the director, "Can we post this?" He goes, "Sure, I don't care." Then I thought maybe I should. And I don't want to cause a trouble with the studio, whatever, that kind of thing. So I did like a half-assed way of doing it. I had this video. I'm shooting this big match, and then I had a big black spot, like some dumb Marvel movie where we were waiting for the credits, right?
Yeah.
And way at the end, I have a little bit of that footage, right? I put it there, put the video out on YouTube. A couple months later, there's nothing. I'm like, nobody cares. All of a sudden, I'm getting lit up. All over, it's Facebook back then before Instagram, right? 2015, whatever. Everybody's like, "What's this video that's by Task and Purpose?" Well, they found it. They put it out. It was all grainy, and she was going like 300,000 views in a couple hours on Facebook, which is a big deal. So I messaged them, go, "Look, guys, I'll give you my director's cut off my iPhone 5 and a better version, and we'll post it together and tag me." And then I'm watching my Facebook go 1 million views, 2 million, up to like 12, 10 million views, whatever. I'm like, this is insane. I never had anything like that happen before. It's because everybody saw that, went nuts. And some guys are like, "That's not him. I don't see his face. That's a stunt man." And then I'm like, "Here's my director's cut, additional ending where it doesn't cut." He's like, "Yeah, 1919, was that any good? Yeah, good run, Keanu. Oh, I could do better." All that kind of stuff. And then it was like, okay, it is him. It's not fake. And before, any actor shooting stuff was just, I don't know what, they're just at some indoor range, or just shooting at something, outdoor range, shooting a big paper target. It's amazing, And I wanted people to see like targets falling and going to other guns, transitioning and all that stuff, just to see what I do. Multi-gun is really hard, and people don't do it to the level they used to. That was kind of the heyday of it because it's so freaking hard. And everybody now is a little more Instagram mindset. They want immediate gratification. So they just shoot a PCC. What do I got to think about? Oh, some 9mm. What about your handgun? 9mm. All right, I'm done. 3-gun. Okay, you got to have a shotgun, right? You got to have birdshot, buckshot, slugs. If you accidentally load in a course and shoot the buckshot at the wrong target, or shoot a slug at a close steel, or end up shooting birdshot at a steel target 100 yards away, you're screwed. Or you're disqualified if you load that and you take one extra shot and then your round count's dominoed wrong. In a fraction, you have to figure out what am I firing now? Because if I shoot that steel now with a slug that's 10 yards away and it frags everybody and blows a hole in the steel or dent,
you're done.
You're disqualified.
Yeah.
So and then rifle. What do you got to have? You got to have a bitch in AR-15, super soft shooting, all the cool shit. Shooting tac optics, 1 optics, not 2. You got to have light 50 grain like VMAX for hosing all the close shit, no recoil. Then you got to have like 60 grain VMAX for intermediate shots out to like 300. You want to go nutso super far, it's like 77 grain crap.
Yeah.
I usually shot 60 all the time. I'd rather deal with wind than I don't like such massive drop. But either way, you got like 2 to 3 kinds of rifle. Handgun, what do you got to have?
Yeah.
Some wimpy 9mm, like 120, 130 power factor. Not wimpy, but not your generic hot, Fiocchi crap, the boom, And then you got to have 147 grain hot stuff to knock over these dumb spinner things. Boom, 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 get it going. Boom, 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 boom. So you You can't just show up with one load. You got at least 2 loads for your handgun. And all of that is going on, and you got to get up at 6 in the morning, and you're in this match, and then you go to Fort Benning, you want to win that. You're in a boat, and you're shooting, you're in planes and crazy trucks and it's just insanity, you know. But it was a heyday that I'm so glad that I lived through. It's like some of that I lived through the 80s, or I went through the great action movies of Hollywood versus like you're starting out. What's a good movie nowadays? Oh, I don't know, Long Legs, you know, like what about like Die Hard and Terminator 2? Oh, I don't know what that is. It's old, you know. So that's what 3 Gun. But now 3 Gun now's it's out there, it's doing good, but it was at a heyday at that time, and I was very lucky to be a big part of that. So.
Yeah, I think what it did also is it added a certain level of sexiness to the multi-gun, 3 gun stuff, because it's like Keanu almost wore it as a suit because the movements and the way he did things were very much kind of 3 gun.
Yeah.
Right. But it didn't. It was like it was done in such a way it didn't pull you out of the movie.
Yeah.
Where it felt like this doesn't match. Like it felt perfect.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. So I think that's why it was as successful as it was.
Yeah.
And I think for me, when I started thinking about when I saw John Wick, of course I saw a lot of your influence largely because I know you and I've shot with you so many times. But again, that still didn't pull me out. And I think his dedication plus just kind of your overall, like you bring a certain fun to training that I don't think a lot of people do. Right. And I think the people that were training these actors before, like you were saying, it was kind of like it was like drill sergeant shit.
Yeah.
Right. And that's fine and all, but I think when you do that for someone who's trying to prepare for something as purposeful as a role in a movie, and then you really want them to get into it, it's got to be fun.
Yeah.
And because I think if you take the fun out of it, it's like there's no drive to want to kind of do it, or that natural energy of like, all right, let's do it again. All right, I messed up, let's do it again. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then at that point it starts to become natural, and it becomes and that translates. I think that translates on screen.
Yeah.
I mean, we clearly see that with John Wick. I mean, you guys created a whole nother genre of gun movie.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it's really what it is. I mean, someone could say like an evolution of like gun fu.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think it's its own. It's a John Wick genre because I see it now in other movies.
Yeah.
Right. I see the same movements, the kind of style, the shooting, the emphasis on the type of guns. I think it breathed a new life into the action movie side of things in a way that I'm totally glad happened because it was kind of meh. Yeah. The action was kind of meh before all of that.
Yeah, and you get actors come out, and like you said, Tatiana and I give them a nice atmosphere, easygoing. We have fun with it. You see some of the videos. We don't post everything, but they have a good time and explain things in a way where it's not so complicated that it's the point of like insanity with a half an hour on trigger press, this and that. Like, okay, you can do trigger press for 10 minutes. How are you going to make shots as fast as I shoot?
Yeah.
Instead of for 2 hours waiting for the wall, you feel the wall, now you feel the wall. And that's all great, whatever, but like, we're not shooting Olympic bullseye. This is action shooting, as fast as you can pull the trigger. So we make it a fun environment. Like, I know how they are. They come in like, I thought I'd be like on some drill camp getting whipped and shit, and Arlie Ermy yelling at me, you don't know what I've been told, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what the other trainer companies that have come down here over the years have done films. I'm watching that. It's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah.
One time they did that on a big movie. It was a lot of people. It was a great movie. And the lead trainer guy is super cool, and he's super cool. He's military, but he's like, Taran, I want you to just finally show them what to do. And we had a plate rack over there, and John Krasinski's there, and Badge Dale and everybody. And they're shitting the plate rack, and they're kind of wrapping the thing. It's like another hour left. And they're like 2 or 3 mags to shoot 6 plates. It's boom, 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 boom. Another one, boom, boom. I kicked your ass. I'm like, there's 3 mags on the ground. 23 round magazines. I'm like, all right. So he's like, Taran, do your thing. I'm like, all right, it's super fun.
Oh, Lord, I wish I could have seen
that. I'm around helping all the time, doing my thing. And they're standing there. And I did like a 160 plate rack, right? And they're like, John Krasinski's like, what the, holy shit, dude, you see this shit? Then I started showing him how to do it and what you're going on, and then had him do a little competition. I want to make sure that John won because he's the bigger star of the film. Had a good time with that, And then there was another time we're doing a big movie, and the girl that's going to play Wonder Woman pretty soon here, she's dating like Jason Momoa or whatever, out here with a bunch of actors, and they're doing this whole thing for a week. I don't know what I've been. Back when I lived here before the place burned down and stuff like that, I wake up to, I don't know what I've been told. Is Arlie Ermy here? Is Dale Dye out here or something? And then at the last day of the training, they're doing a plate rack, and it's 16 seconds for them to do 3, reload, shoot 3. 16 seconds, right?
Yeah.
And that wasn't even the girl. That was just the one actor who played Dr. Dre, who was pretty good at shooting, right? And then the guy goes, "Taran, you do it." And I was like, "That's a big mistake." I'm just a dumb guy helping with guns and a little bit.
He's a janitor who knows how to beat everybody in a basketball game.
And then I do from a draw. They were doing a little red. I did a draw in $3.99. So it was $2.99. Sorry, boom, 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 reload, boom, boom, boom. And they're like, "Holy shit!" They go crazy. I start showing them. Then the actress went up. It wasn't her. She hadn't done it yet, and she's shooting and missing and missing and missing because she wasn't taught really much, right? And she's missing and missing, and then she goes to load, and she started to cry, and she's crying, and I'm like, "Oh my God, this is not cool." So I'm like, "Look. You're not going to be in a shootout shooting 6 guys in the head at 10, 12 yards.
Yeah.
Let's go over here. Let's get you double tap these guys at like 10 yards that are bigger. You know, steal targets, do a load, cover, shoot." And after about a half an hour, I got her and Dr. Dre's actor guy all dialed in and everything. And they left there like happy, you know, and feeling good. You don't want people leaving crying.
Yeah, I feel like this.
And just all this kind of like, I don't know what was going on, you know, so.
Yeah, I think, and I say this with all sincerity, I think you were probably the biggest advocate converter to the 2A side of celebrities on the planet. And just for that very reason. Because I've seen so many times, so many people come out here that, and this is just the times I've been here. I've seen them come out here and I can tell they don't know much about shooting. This is new to them. And because every time I come out here, someone important's here. Someone important's
here.
You
were here with Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah.
Yeah, like who's not.
Yeah, exactly. You know right? And yeah, I remember she was a hoot. Yeah. And so, and I remember, and I was just thinking, and I think about the fact that you get these people that come out here who may either be apathetic or maybe even anti. They come out here, they have a good time, and they shoot.
There's a lot of anti.
Yeah, well, considering
like
where you are.
70% probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of them ever leave here more or same anti as they were when they first got here.
Most of them buy guns. Most of them get set up. And especially during the whole pandemic era.
Yeah.
Like there were guys coming out like you wouldn't even believe.
Yeah.
Like, what is, you know, like really? This guy that works on Good Morning America and these other people. And then, you know, they're shooting out here and you know, I'm getting them set up with a little lockbox thing. They have kids and ammo that's like a 50 grain 9 going like 2,000 per second, so it doesn't go through 3 walls. And then I stack the lower part of the mag with the 115s, 124. It's a weird thing I do, right?
Yeah.
If the guy ain't going down, just keep shooting, heavier bullets are coming. So. And teach them all that shit, you know, and just, you know, safety with the gun, everything about it. And then they're like, I just make it understandable. Like, look, do you want to just like some guy's busting your house to kill you? You're just going to go, "Hi, get me Michael Myers, kill me," you know?
Yeah.
Or who's more important? This freak who will not leave. You're screaming at them. You're calling the police. You're doing your thing, whatever. Your pepper spray, your taser, whatever doesn't work. Why not have a last line of defense? You have your gun. You could save your family and yourself. Well, that makes sense. I go, what's your life worth? You got this raging Tesla out there. You got all these things going on. I mean, the cops can't get anywhere nowadays. It's a shit show safari. What are you going to do? Like, have it in a safe place, and you know, kids can't teach the kids gun safety. So I had a big star from America's Got Talent come out. She brought her daughters out, and she got totally into it. Had her name lasered on the MPX, and she just came here to get one gun for self-defense. Next thing you know, the whole family's here. Everybody's shooting like crazy and getting dialed in, you know. Yep. And they realize, like, obviously they care about themselves. They wouldn't be a star that they are. It was an ego, right? So they get dialed in and have their stuff for self-defense, you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's freaking beautiful, actually, because I stood back there and just watched it all happen before, right? And
it's competitive. Like, they'll come out, see here, like I was doing the movie Tenet, and Robert Pattinson and J.D. Washington here. And you kind of get a little bit of a competition going. Once they kind of get to, you know, the couple days of all the fundamental down and all the boredom, then we're doing an action course. And I'm not doing it on purpose. They'll go, "What was his time?" 13:21. Okay. Then they'll shoot. "What was your time?" 14. "Damn, give me another chance. One more time. And they're going for it. You know, they're going for it. Or if they're by themselves, they'll like, "What was Keanu's time?" Like, "Oh, all right." And it's competitive and it's fun. I've had big female actresses doing that, and men, and Right? And it's kind of it actually makes you better. And one of the things I noticed, like J.J. Perry's a director, he's part of the John Wick thing in the very beginning. He's done movies like Bloodshot and Day Shift with Jamie Foxx, all this fun stuff. And he's like, and him and like director John Wick would come out together all the time during that era, back in that era. And they're like, you shoot for us, because I'm just training them all the time. You know, you fix that, your reload's a little bit off, and like, just shoot. I'm like, really? Like, yeah, just run it. And I run it, and they immediately are way better. Like, why? Because we visualized, we saw it in person, saw what you did. We're seeing what you're cutting on. You're explaining it, the footwork, but now we're seeing it. And then literally, they're already like 3 seconds faster.
Yeah.
So I do that as much as I can. I don't get to really practice for matches, whatever. I don't shoot the matches like I used to in the good old days, but it's still fun to do that. It feels competitive. It's fun to do that stuff.
Gotcha. So. Now, from an actor standpoint, actor and actress, let's keep the sexes separate. Other than Keanu Reeves, let's keep him out of this. Who would you say is the best shooter that you've trained from an actor perspective?
Well, I don't know if Lewis Hamilton counts as an actor. He doesn't.
We'll put him any celebrity or star.
Well, I mean, I've told that story before. He naturally, of like the 5 hours I had with him, and he did bring an entourage, so it's a lot of people here. Like yesterday, we were trying to get past things or whatever. Nobody had ever grasped shooting and became that good in one day in history. Not just here. I'll mark that on anywhere in the world. You find me a video of someone who's never shot a gun before, who showed up and shoots like that on that day. And I had a lot of people here. Stacey Dash was here. A lot of people were witnesses of this. And I called him later going, have you shot before? Well, one time I shot a bolt rifle in the snow, one shot at some target or whatever. Okay, does that count? I don't know what that is. And he's shooting a shotgun rifle pistol, doing reloads. I'll show you the video. We'll edit it in here if you want to. Yeah. It's insane. Like 14 splits, hitting little pepper poppers, doing reloads. Reloads weren't amazing. They were a little bit low, but they were still done in like a second and a half, whatever. Yeah. It was incredible. Like, it was insane. Now you come back like 4 or 5 more times. It was never that, it was good, but he was always, that first time was like unreal. Like unreal. Other guys like at a level now that because he doesn't shoot all the time. He does it, he likes it, it's fun, he comes out. And he got better later, but I mean, that progression of that first time was so insane. Drastic, yeah. Even Brad Pitt talked about it on a podcast. It was when he was talking about F1. It was like, you've seen Lewis Hamilton, on this podcast. And so he's number one as far as first time ever, but as far as putting the time in, no one's going to ever probably catch Keanu, because I don't think any other director wants to put the expense out. And that's what I like about 8711 and Chad Stahelski and the filmmakers of the John Wick. They put so much work knowing that it's going to be on the screen. That's why John Wick caught us. It didn't have a big budget. It had like $17 million budget. Yeah. And no one knew what the hell it was. But everybody's like, what are we watching? Because we're so used to just super crazy edits from like Taken 2 or Born Identity. Just like, Matt Damon's here, a couple Russian cops here. He's over there hitting him in the head. Well, you take out 35 frames, I'll be over there really fast too. Yeah, right? Yeah. And no one ever did it before, so we're all like, then you watch all these 10,000 jump cuts. He's on the ground, he's standing, he's hitting. You watch it now, you're like, what am I watching? Yeah. And what I like about what they did is they just back the camera up, have literally almost one take all the time, doing this real thing, and that's why we don't even know what we're watching, but now we just know this is good. Yeah. It's kind of like when people hold some of my guns, like, okay, it looks cool, this other gun looks cool, it's got a bunch of Cerakote and junk on it, but then they start racking it and feeling it, they're like, there's something about this. Yeah. That's what I like about those movies. But as far as actors, like Austin Butler is one of the best out there. Michael B. Jordan. Hopefully they do Miami Vice together. They'd be amazing weapons freaks on the planet, like unreal. Yeah. Don Johnson, I heard, put the time in. I know his trainer from back then. Jim Ziviani's on my cup over there. I'm still defending all these 1,000 years later. Said that Don Johnson loved shooting and loved putting the time in, but Tubbs didn't give a fuck. He kind of 38, a little shotgun. That's why he gave him the shotgun. He didn't want to shoot much. I don't know why they picked a 38. It was super dumb, but the little shotgun is like, well, if I can't shoot good, I'll just blast the whole arena. Boom, That's why he has that shotgun, which is cool. They're doing a new one. Yeah. And I'm trying to search the guns for that. He didn't actually have a 10 millimeter Bren 10. It was the Marksman 45. So that entire show, we thought it was a 10 millimeter, was a 45. Okay. Because the 10 mil wouldn't function with blanks.
Gotcha. Because they really only.
Austin's there. This is kind of a shocker, but Superman, Henry Cavill, is in the top 3.
Really?
Unreal. I'll show you a video later. We can't put out or whatever until the movies come out and all that stuff. And it's not even that big of a gun movie. It's again because the director John Wick brought him out, wanted that extra time with him, and he just was a natural.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a bunch of background training with bad stuff from other movies. He didn't do a lot of gunplay before. He was clean slate from London. But he's like Keanu. He's an extremely wonderful person, like down to earth, nicest guy you could possibly imagine, just a gentleman. And then he listens like crazy, he learns like crazy, and is unreal. So he's good. There's those other two. There's quite a few. Who else was recent that's super good? Well, I'll think.
What about actresses?
Well, Halle was fantastic. She hasn't been back since John Wick 3.
Yeah.
All of her movies have been kind of different kind of genres or whatever.
Gotcha.
I'd love to have her back. You know, we text now and then hoping. The Union, she was supposed to come out for The Union, a Netflix thing. They wanted it done with all same munitions. They only wanted to pay $300. And at one point, I'm like, you know what? I'll comp the whole thing. I just want Halle to come back. But by the time we're like back and forth negotiating, I'm like, dude, who trains anyone for $300 on Sims that costs $1 a shot? You know, like how can you just work me down to nothing? And then finally I just gave in. But then like, oh, we just decided the movie has like hardly any gunplay anyway. Just scrap the whole thing. We'll save some money. So she almost came back for that. And she's doing something with Angelina Jolie. It'd be great if they did that together. That'd be super cool. She's really good. We just trained the girl X-23 from Logan.
Okay.
Daphne Keane. She did good. She shot. She had fun. Who else? The girl. We did a movie called Kate with Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She put some time in. She did good.
Okay.
A movie called Lou. There hasn't been well, I mean, obviously there's Ana de Armas, so it's right in my face, in plain sight. She did really good. Same people as John Wick. She was putting the time in, but then she was up for an Academy Award for Blonde, Blondie, whatever, Marilyn Monroe. And that doing all the awards and stuff and Cannes and France, it kind of wrecked half the training. So we got about half in what we wanted to. Yeah. And then she was just gone on this whole press tour. By the time that she was done with that, the whole movie had to start. So. And stop and start again.
Exactly. It's unfortunate because that movie definitely suffered from a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that went along. But I thought she did good. I thought she moved really well. I thought it was very believable. I think
There's a funny little thing about that movie. If you watch it again, it's like if you're like a detail guy, one of those guys watching those videos, you're like, oh look, Tom Cruise, the camera in the background or whatever, and then there's this little channel on Instagram, like, look at this, and follow for more, and they got like, there's a whole camera crew in the background on Jurassic Park. What are you doing, idiots? You ever seen that guy, that moron? You know, I actually sent him one to help him. He wouldn't even use it, dickhead. No, I showed him in the third Born Identity, the one where Matt Damon falls into the water, whatever. There's a scene. It's just him and Trek Stone, whatever, that Cox guy, whatever, and him in a room. And there's a SIG, and there's a Glock in the scene, and he's pointing it at him. And the next shot, it's a SIG. Then it's a Glock. Then it's a SIG. There's nobody else in the room. There's no other guns. We just shoot some guy in the corner that has a mask on his head. It's kind of sick, kill some innocent guy. But like, it's a shot where it says 6 Sauer 226, Glock 19, 6 Sauer 226, Glock 19. Like, you're the armorer there in a vault with a couple cameras and a couple actors, and you got one gun, and you can't keep track of a Glock and a fucking SIG. That's 226. Crazy. And cause a continuity mistake, which nobody catches it but a weirdo like me. Yeah. Right? So I catch those things in movies, especially guns, pretty much anything. It's annoying. But there's a thick part in Ballerina, because I watch the movie, watching my guns, of course. Yeah. And we built all these custom guns. So we built this gun, and in the part where she goes to Frank, can I be Frank? That really cool black guy, and he's laying out the guns. Goes the TTI Harbinger 308, and they name everything about it, right? Yeah. Like, should we wait till it's gone?
Oh, it's okay. I mean, it's kind of part of the thing. We can't.
Okay. So he shows her the 308. I'm like, oh my God, it's a freaking commercial for my company. Amazing, Then they said the Benelli M2, 21-inch barrel, 18, blah, blah, blah. And all this cool shit, And then her gun is laying there with the holster laid out on the table, but she already had the gun. Because it's because the movie got changed around a lot. Yeah. There's a whole thing with the directors and everything. So it's laying there she's got presented the gun there, but she had the gun earlier when they do the scene where she pulls a blade out of her shoulder, and then she wick flicks this thing and grabs a mag out of the water, loads it, and walks past a big bunch of carnage of all these dead dudes and pulling all these hawk knife switchblades at everybody's back. Well, if it's established earlier, then she's not going to get presented it later.
Yeah.
As this is the twin jet compensator, whatever, all that stuff, right? So here's the continuity mistake. So there's a shootout coming up where she's like goes in this place, and Daniel Barnhart has been in every John Wick movie. He's been killed in every movie. He's in John Wick 1 when he puts the bag over his head. And
I remember.
He kills him. He's alive again here, right? Because his director's best friend. He's a great actor. So he brings it back, put a scar to his face. I can't recognize him, right? It's 5 years later, who cares, right? 10 years later. So he starts hosing at her. He's got a SIG. He's shooting at her. And she has her this gun, which is like half empty for whatever reason. She shoots at him. It's empty. She looks at it. She holsters it, right? Mm-hmm. Then she grabs a SIG, 226, and she starts shooting at guys. She grabs a knife and tapes the knife onto it, right? And she's got this little funny guy, this little guy. She's stabbing him, shooting him. He's getting shot. He gets flamethrower. He gets stabbed and shot. He's just bouncing around for half an hour. He gets every kind of carnage. He throws him down. And then this annoying girl, like in the kitchen, she's like, I don't want to hurt you.
Oh, yeah.
And that girl starts trying to kill her for some
they
reason,
start
right?
throwing, what were they throwing at each other? I forgot.
Plates.
Plates, yeah.
So she locks that girl in the refrigerator, right? Mm-hmm. And then she's still got the SIG, right? Then some guys come around the corner. She throws an axe in the guy's head. He falls in. And this guy around the corner, she shoots him with a SIG. This girl throws a knife in her shoulder. She turns around. She has the SIG, right? When she turns around and she fires, it's this gun. Boom.
Yeah.
And you could tell because it's very distinct, like it looks like a great white shark from the front, and blows her brains out all over the freaking, refrigerator, right? Yeah. And then the other girl, she takes the knife and backhands it into her forehead. Anyway, it's like, how did the SIG turn into the ballerina gun? So then there's a deleted scene if you're just watching it at home, and it popped 2 deleted scenes. Like, oh, these are bitching. I'll watch this.
Yeah.
She's doing this fight scene with Caleb, and she's fighting him, and he comes in to kill. He's a stunt guy. He's a great guy, and to fight whatever. So they cut that fight out for whatever reason. I think it's because the CG people, when she stabs him in the eye, because she's fighting him and all this stuff, and he's choking her out, and she reaches and grabs one of those things you put papers on, like in the 1970s or whatever, and she hits him in the eye. I think the CG guys, if they don't know like anything, they have like shit tons of blood and brains fly out of his head from a dagger, right? Like a little excessive, right? It wasn't a freaking 50 cal in the head, right?
Exactly.
So then he's like this on the, like and she reaches down and grabs his mag, pulls out this gun, wick flicks it really good again, loads it, then double taps his head. Now shoots the guy. The scene picks up there. Then she has the gun and turns around.
Okay.
So because the fight scene got cut out for whatever reason,
the continuity got messed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. So you'll see Caleb laying there, his legs in the scene. While where that dead guy was, dead guys everywhere, but you know what I'm saying.
So I did a video on the ballerina gun.
Yeah, that was an awesome video.
Yeah, but appreciate that.
That was freaking amazing. I'm like, what am I watching?
How much? So when you came up with this gun, were you thinking Anna? I assumed you did because like I didn't talk to you about the video at all.
Yeah.
So when you were kind of crafting the gun itself, were you kind of basing it around?
It's probably the director, which was Len Weissman.
Gotcha.
He's done really killer movies like Underworld. He did the Total Recall remake. Die Hard 4 with Timothy Olyphant. The fun one. Die Hard, Die Hard or whatever. And is that what it's called? Live Free or Die Hard. That was it called.
That's the one with
the fourth one. They're in Washington,
D.C. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes.
It's only PG-13 Die Hard, which I didn't like that. Right?
Yeah, it felt.
They cut out the yippee-ki-yay motherfuckers. Yippee-ki-yay, and you hear like a gunshot, and they cut out the F word, whatever. Anyway, so continuity on that scene when he gets shot, when he shoots Timothy Olyphant through his own body, whatever. The bullet will change the sides of his body if you watch it. So, how would it have hit him through? Like it would have anyway. So back to the gun. She liked Glocks better. Most girls like Glocks better.
Yeah.
2011s are a little harder. The safeties and beaver tails and all this stuff is just more complicated.
Yeah.
So it's a stick shift Ferrari, and everybody's going, I hate that. Give me a Tesla, drive, bitch, So anyway, so we went with the Glock, and the director wanted a comp on it, and we had at the time a Ramjet on there. Like I'm like showing a Ramjet. He's like, I don't like it. It's too short. It's too Pugsley. I'm like, but it was super effective. I don't care. I did, because he did Underworld. He had a big old HK with freaking
Yeah.
comp sticking out. 10 feet, right? So he showed me, he texted me pictures of like some big HK comps. I'm like, I'm not going to do a comp that big. That's just going to, the gun won't even work, right?
Yeah.
So I kept compromising, and then I started coming up with a design, and it went from like this long down to this, where this is like when I was actually testing it and shooting it, this was the most effective of cutting the recoil, almost cutting it so much the gun barely cycled.
Yeah.
So I did this comp, and finally he saw, there's so many iterations of this, it's ridiculous.
Oh, really?
I ended up doing different cuts, more cuts, just to make it look super bitchin'. I mean, looks are important for guns, right? Like, you see some comp Glocks, it looks like a box troll sitting on the end of a freaking diving board. Like, can you at least make it like blend to the slide? What is this thing? It's a barrel.
I'm looking at this now, and I can't really tell where the slide begins and the comp begins.
Yeah. So I want it to be seamless. It is a little bit risky if you're a lunatic and you go to drop the slide, you can cut yourself. It's sharp in there, but same with the Ramjet, right? Yeah. So, and I wanted a comp where you could just take it off with no tools, which is, it just makes it simpler. So just pop the slide off, pull it out, and just, there it is. So easy to clean like that. So he gave a lot of feedback on that, and once he approved it, then I kind of knew what I wanted to do,
Gotcha.
And just, that was it pretty much. And people like it. We can't keep them going. So.
Okay. So I have one last question. This is probably gonna be stupid easy.
What is it?
If I were first, okay, maybe this is like multiple questions in one. If you were going to cast me for a movie, right? Look at Peter laughing because he knows this is my I always end my podcast with our narcissistic question. Actually, I don't, but I'm gonna start doing it. What movie would you cast me in? What type of role would I be? And what gun would you pick for me?
You'd be the Accountant 3.
Okay. I didn't see that coming.
You would play an ex-CIA guy who acts like he's a doctor who has to help heal one of the characters.
Okay. And
then shit takes place and you have to grab a gun and help.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It'd be a nickel Desert Eagle.
A nickel Desert
50 AE. And when you're shooting, the hammer's never back.
I thought he was gonna give me a pass on it and pick this gun here because he knows I love it.
A nickel Desert Eagle with an SRO on top.
A nickel Desert Eagle.
Yeah.
44 mag or a 50 AE?
I'm just joking. I'm gonna give you that stupid gun. A 365 XL.
Okay.
Customized.
Considering my
the
character.
Dark Wolf color.
Okay.
Black barrel and Dark Wolf slide. Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah, and then a little MPX right there. You start hosing it, then you get shot in the arm and drop it, and you go to your SIG. Then you save everybody, and you have to do like a Miles Bennett Dyson and hold this thing and blow up. But then you don't. In part 4, they show that you put a steel thing over yourself and save yourself, so you can show up in part 4. So.
That was very intricate. But I'll take it.
My mind is cuckoo sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why these guns come out like they are. So.
Yeah. So call your producer friends. I think I'm ready for that role.
All right.
Yeah. But no, man, I love being out here. I always do. It's long overdue. I remember we had talked about just like some months ago about me needing to come back out here.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be back out here. We're actually going to do some more shooting.
Yeah, let's do it.
So there's going to be a bunch of content coming from me being out here with you. And so yeah, let's go do that.
All right, it's good to have you back. Let's shoot.
Yes, sir.
All right.